we're going to talk about Kate Martin, the Las Vegas Aces, and why and the reason why I actually want to talk about this, I wasn't planning on talking about this, but the other day when the Las Vegas Aces made the various cuts that they made, I started to see a bunch. Started to see YouTube videos, started to see lots of social media posts. I started to see like a lot of stuff of people like, Kate Martin made the team. Yay. Yay, she made the team. And I was like, what? The final roster is not over yet. Like, teams are still cutting players. Just because all these other players got cut and she's still there does not mean necessarily that she is going to make the squad. So I did just want to do this segment just to talk about that real quick, just to sort of set the record straight that, guys, don't count your eggs before they hatch, guys. Don't go off and celebrate and like say, oh, great, Kate Martin has made the roster and all this other stuff when she hasn't yet. Okay? And guys, I do want to get into this because I want to share my screen and just sort of walk you through some of the stuff that I think is pretty important to know about how the WNBA works and when we will know the status of Kate Martin making the roster, okay? This is the date that we will know if Kate Martin actually made the roster, okay? May 13th. May 13th is the date where teams have to have their final roster cut down. All right? I think there's a lot of people who got really excited. But remember, guys, that's the final date. That's when we'll know who is on the roster. That's when we'll know. And this is for every team. Every team. Just because a team has gotten down to 12 spots already does not mean that they don't have more cuts to make, that they want to make. That doesn't mean that they may not bring someone else in, right? So that's something to note, guys. Important to note. Right now, we are May the 8th. There's still some time left until May the 13th for when we will have the final roster for the Las Vegas Aces. So Exhibit A for why it is too early to say that Kate Martin has made the roster. The reason why is because it's not May 13th yet, guys. And if you're new to the WNBA, you may not know, but there are some times where teams are waiting to see who is going to get waived from another team and then to pick them up before the season starts and add them to the squad. That's happened before. Teams have done that before. So the idea that just because a squad has the necessary 12 players, it doesn't mean that they won't add more players down the line. So that's just something to know. But just sort of level set to why people have sort of celebrated the fact that she made the roster is because of this. So on Monday, the Las Vegas Aces waived. Hopefully, you all can see this. On Monday, the Las Vegas Aces waived Kamaria McDaniel. They also waived Bria Hartley. They did pick up Emma Cannon. Emma Cannon was waived, but they did pick her up. Yeah. And then the following day, the Las Vegas Aces waived Angel Jackson. And people, I saw, and I don't know exactly how my feed all on social media is very, it feels like it's very Iowa centric, because it felt like almost every post was about her making the squad. Kate Martin making the squad after especially after it was announced that Angel Jackson was waived from the squad. Everybody was like, "Oh, she made it." Because the Las Vegas Aces got to 12 players, and if you all want to see the roster, let's look at it right now. So here's the roster. Here's the current roster for the Las Vegas Aces. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They have 12 players on the squad. So fantastic. I believe they are the only team right now that currently have 12 players on their roster. So technically, they are good because they needed 12. The max is 12, and they can have a minimum of 11. And the Las Vegas Aces is a team that has played with 11 players before. So, guys, I would say this: for if you are new to the WNBA and you're like, "Oh, great, they are at 12," that means they're going to keep everybody on the team. That is not the case, guys. It's not the case. Right now, they have Deasia Fair still on the squad. They have Kate Martin still on the squad. Those are the 2 rookies left on the team, and their salary is low enough that I believe both of them can make the roster, and everything will be fine. But the Las Vegas Aces can still decide if they want to. They still could decide to cut somebody if they really wanted to. They can still decide to cut someone. Will they? I don't know. Again, guys, the May the 13th. That's the key date. Again, guys, let's go back. Let's go back to the key dates right here. May the 13th. That's the day that we'll know. But as of right now, they do have 12 spots. So absolutely, right now, both Deasia Fair and Kate Martin are on the squad. But in the WNBA, there's nothing guaranteed. It isn't. There's nothing guaranteed. And I would say this, guys. This is not me saying that I don't want Kate Martin to make the team. I hope she does. I really like Kate Martin. I think she's a fantastic player. I really, really like Deasia Fair. I think she's fantastic. I hope both Deasia Fair and Kate Martin make the team, especially as rookies. That's a huge deal. Huge, huge deal. But the thing that everybody has to remember is in the WNBA, anything can happen. We could see both of these players make the final cut on May the 13th. We could see both of those players get cut and the Las Vegas Aces get somebody else in to replace them before the 13th. That is all possible. That is all possible. I hope it doesn't happen, but it's possible. That's one thing for sure. And yeah. So I just wanted to just say that because I'm just seeing a lot of stuff and I'm just like, guys, it's not official yet. Like, I don't know. Like sometimes I feel like there's a lot of like people who just want to be excited. And that's fantastic. Be excited. It's great. But I also think that as like part of my role, I would say, is to make sure everyone has a level set of understanding of what's going on. Okay. I want to make sure everybody understands like how stuff works in the WNBA. And just because a team got to 12 players does not mean all 12 of those players are going to make the roster. Doesn't mean that. We're not at May the 13th yet. We're not. And guys, Amanda put it very succinctly. Yes, anyone can get got. And in this case, anyone can get waived. There was another thing that came out for Kate Martin, and it was a glowing compliment from Kelsey Plum. Like I saw that and I was like, oh, that's fire. That's That's a huge compliment. So,
but the rookies, I'm excited. Kate Martin is awesome. Kate Martin picks up things so quickly. She's an amazing like sponge, and I think Becky nicknamed her Kate Money Martin. So I think that's gonna stick because she really is. And when I say money, it's not just about like scoring and stuff. She's just in the right place in the right time, and she just makes people better. And that's what Becky values. That's what our coaching staff values, and that's why she's gonna be a great asset to our team.
First of all, Kate Money Martin, big fan base out in Iowa. They just cuss us out if anything else happens that we don't share Kate love, you know what I mean? So, man, I'm afraid of those people. But no, she's been incredible. She's like a sponge, super competitive. And, of course, Deasia, really just a bucket, you know, and just someone that comes in is instant offense. And she is also a sponge just trying to learn and grow. So, really cool to have those two here. I think they're going to help our team a lot.
Now that is a fantastic quote that a vet can tell about a rookie. And when I saw that, I was like, oh man, that's pretty impressive. That's fantastic. But that does not mean Kate Martin made the roster. I saw people using that as like a reason why she has made the roster. She has not made the roster yet. The roster will be finalized on May the 13th. That's the reason why people, why some of the players on that team love her right now. So absolutely. Do I think she's likely going to make the roster? Yeah, I think so. I think she likely will. But again, guys, it's not final until May the 13th. So keep that in mind. You know, it's looking good that she's gonna make the roster, but it's not official yet. But yeah, a lot of people were using that quote as like, she has made it. Kelsey Plum has spoken. But guys, Kelsey Plum is not the GM. Kelsey Plum is great. Absolutely. She is one of the best players in the WNBA. She's awesome. But guys, she's not the person who makes the final decision. I'm just saying she's not the player who makes the final decision. Natalie Williams, the GM, and Becky Hammond, the head coach. They're the ones who will make the decision. Let's see. Michael says, thank you for the super chat, Michael. Michael says, money is right. Aces hope to cash in on Iowa fans. Now, I think that would be a smart move of the Las Vegas Aces. That would be a very, very smart move. And I'm not saying that Kate making the team is a pity thing just for fans. Like that, I don't think that's the case. I think Kate Martin is going to earn a spot on the roster via her own effort. But the fact that Iowa fans bring a lot of eyeballs and bring a lot of extra dollars, from a business standpoint, I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense to have her on the roster. I think it makes a lot of sense. Charlotte says Becky gave her a nickname. It's over. Not necessarily. I'm just saying, guys. Not necessarily. I have seen players. I have seen coaches talk up a player, and they get cut the next day. You know, that's the name of the game sometimes. I'm not saying that's the case this time. I'm saying it is not official. And for people to be claiming that it's official, it's not. So that's all. That's the purpose of this. That's the purpose of this talk. That is the purpose of this talk, is to tell people it is not official yet, guys. So Is she going to make the roster? I think it's very likely. I think it's a 90% chance she makes the roster. I think it's a 90% chance she makes it. I hope she makes it. Is it official yet? No. So that's the purpose of this segment. It is very smart marketing. It is, in my opinion, I think that would be very smart marketing. Yeah. All right. So that was my little chat real quick about Kate Martin. Yes, DD, I agree. Suspense will be over on May 13th. Yes, I completely agree. I completely agree. Now, guys, we're gonna do a quick we're gonna move into talking about charter flights. Actually, what should we talk about first? Charter flights or Candace Parker? Let me know which one y'all want to talk about first, Candace Parker or charter flights. But yeah. April says, so is it possible that Angel can get cut from Chicago? It's possible. Yeah. Is it likely? No. Not at all. Not at all. But anything is possible. But no, no.